If you watched any of the latest videos, you know I've been doing a retaining wall out of boulders, and I think I finally got that done. And today we went and got some plantings to put up behind the retaining wall. So let me show you that now. Okay, so driving up the driveway to our house, you see the boulder wall that I did behind our normal retaining wall. These are some pretty big rocks, and we've been acquiring them, buying them a little at a time ever since springtime, probably before springtime. But we put these knockout roses up here, and we did that last year, and man, they weren't growing. But we did have some trees up here where these where this retaining wall is now. There were some bigger trees, and they were shading in them a lot, and plus we had deer coming. I think we had deer eating the roses. But when we started putting this retaining wall here, the deer stopped eating them, and they're looking pretty good. And I just noticed this one's looking pretty bad. Probably gonna have to replace that thing. I don't know what happened to that one. They all look pretty good except for that one. Anyway, I'll try to do something with that. And tell me what you think about the retaining wall. And oh yeah, I did these pumpkin heads last year with the garden lights, the solar lights, and they're still working. I just put them back out for the enjoyment of the grandbabies and everybody that pulls up our driveway. So, but let me go up here and show you. Oh, I mulched this since you saw it last. I just have to do like a border here to park up against, and then a border here. I'm gonna go kind of down there with some kind of a border, maybe some retaining wall block or something to park up against, keep you out of the bed. But today we picked up these crepe myrtles, and these are dynamite crepe myrtles with a red bloom. It says here that they get 15 to 20 feet tall and 10 to 15 feet wide and take full to semi-sun. So can't wait till these mature up and get a bright red color canopy on them. They're gonna look beautiful up here. I got them spaced out about 15 feet between each planter, and I'm just looking at it to see if that's how I want them before we put the parking border in. And of course we'll mulch, black mulch in there to make it match down there by the roses. And that's what it looks like. So okay, so measured the pot, and to the top of the soil to the bottom of that pot is 15 inches. And that's what I got in this hole. It's pretty big. You can't really tell, I guess. That didn't really help much, but take my word for it. It was a lot of digging. Good morning, everybody. Day 2 of planting these crepe myrtles. Got one in the ground, and after digging it by hand, today I'm going with the auger. Now it's not big enough to make the hole the finished size yet, but I figure I can make 3 separate holes and it'll make the digging a lot easier. So hang in there and we'll get started in a second. Okay, I got the hole where I think it's pretty close to being in line with everything else. And I just come down here and I'll show you how I do it. Just line them up by eye. The first one and the second one in the line. And I don't know how well you can see it with the camera, but that bucket that's on top of the ground down there, the third one, it looks like it's pretty much in line with these two here. Been on this hole for about 45 minutes, and even with the auger, it goes around the roots sometimes, and sometimes it busts them up. But a lot of times the roots will get between these tines on there, and when you try to pull up on it, they just bend around the outside of them and they don't break out. So I've been working on roots. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a big cluster right there. I just got a big one out from right there. And the main reason to get them out is to try to keep this line straight, just the line of the plants. So hopefully that's enough. I'll set it in there and see, and if it's not, I have to take it out, rework on the hole to get it widened this way, and move the plant over so it can be in line. Well, I'll tell you what, 2 is enough for me right now. The sun's starting to get real hot and I got those 2 in, so all I like is this one more. But I just don't have it in me right now, so I'm gonna have to go take a break for a while. I'm gonna water these first so they can be drinking, and I'll go ahead and water that one while it's still in the bucket. But hang in there, almost there. Well, I was afraid of this. You got a stump from that big oak tree is right there. Okay, so I got the chainsaw out and I didn't film it, but I cut two slots in this stump, try to quarter it up, and I got these log splitting wedges. I'm gonna try to go in there with the plan to split that stump up to where I can get it out easier. Cross your fingers, pray for me. This is what's left of the stump after probably 10 fires. And I got more firewood up here, some old pine. Okay, so a few weeks ago I planted the first three, 1, 2, 3, and then I went to dig this hole. There used to be a big oak tree right here, and so the stump's still down there. I had the stump ground down, but at the time that we did that, I didn't realize what we'd be planting here, and probably should have ground it down a whole lot more, but anyway, we didn't. So the stump was there and I couldn't dig the hole deep enough, so what I did was I dug it as deep as I could around the stump, and I started burning. I must have had 10 to 15 fires in here to try to burn that stump down to get it low enough to where I could plant this in. And I got it really deep so far, well, deep enough that I could put a 6-inch bed of compost and amended soil underneath the actual plant. So it's about 18 inches deep in there, and I went another at least 6 inches deeper than that. And then there's still burnt stump down there, but I think the amended soil will do it justice. Hopefully it won't hurt the Crepe Myrtle. They're pretty hardy plants, so I hear, so we'll see how it goes. Anyway, have some of that fabric, weed fabric. I'm about to lay all that down right here, and then I have mulch in the back of the trailer over there, black mulch to match what I have down here, and then I can mulch this area, and then all we got to do left is put something to park up against right here. So that's what I'm doing, and let me get on that. I'll time lapse that so it's not too painful, and hopefully the wind will stay low so I can get this laid down without any staples. Okay, I finally got everything all dressed up. Battery on the phone went dead, so had to finish up off camera. but I'll show you what it looks like. All I lack is that I'm gonna do some retaining wall blocks to park up against, like a parking curb to border where we park from the bed. So you'll see what I said. You'll see what I mean here. Went on and took it all the way over here. I think I'll end up doing that grassy area right there too. And that way it's all consistent right there. And looks good. What do you think? I'm over it. I had a good idea for this rock right here earlier when I was coming up. I think I'm gonna put it vertically in the ground instead of leaning it like that. I'm gonna make a little foundation for it and put it in the ground, and I'm gonna paint our address number on there because we got it on the mailbox and 2 address numbers on the house, but FedEx and Amazon, I don't think they know what numbers are because they deliver everybody else's stuff to our house. Anyway, I thought that was a good idea. What do you think? And this log is not going to stay here. I'm going to put that down also where the Amazon and FedEx drivers cut across our lawn down in the front to get to the other driveway, our neighbor's driveway. They go across our yard sometimes. You can see the tracks. But came out pretty good. That was 4 yards of mulch. It took 5 to do the bottom part where the roses are, all the way down to the stairs. So I got about 9 yards of mulch total right now. And once I get the border right here, I'm gonna put a border. That's why I left that edge like that. So I'm gonna put those retaining wall blocks on top of that. That way, hopefully no weeds can grow up through it. And I'm trying to think ahead a little bit. But I can't wait for next summer to see what these crepe myrtles do. They're gonna be, they call it dynamite red. Still got a tag. I'm gonna take these tags off too. But here's the tag, dynamite crepe myrtle. Can't wait to see what it looks like. It says it's gonna be 15 to 20 foot tall and 10 to 15 foot wide. Can't wait to see it, what it looks like when they're in full color. Well, of course, once I get done with that, I'm going to refresh this gravel with some of this new small pea. I forgot the number of these. This granite pea gravel. They'll look great. Hey, I appreciate y'all watching. Sorry it's been sporadic on our videos, but I've had to travel a lot for my mom out of state recently in the last couple of months. She had fell, hit her head, and had a brain bleed, so she's been going through rehab. We just have to drive back and forth every few weeks. At first we were going every weekend. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hang in there with us, and when I get the parking curb up, I'll show you that and anything else that we do. And we have time, I'll video it and try to put it on for you. Thanks again.